Hey babes, it's your girl Cierra Nakel. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a how-to natural side part quick weave. So I'm going to show you guys how I created this bomb natural side part quick weave. Disclaimer, I am not a hairstylist. This is just what works for me and it has never done any damage to my hair. So let's get into it. I'm just starting off by creating my part. I'm going to do a side part like I stated. After I got the part to my liking, I'm going to go on the opposite side of the part and part off a section. And after I get that side, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. This is essentially creating my leave outs. So once I get that nice and, straight and uniform, I'm going to move on to the next step. So now I'm going to put the back in the ponytail to separate it from the front. This is me just checking to make sure that I got the section to my liking. I don't, so I'm going in and fixing it up. After I did that, I'm going to go in with my braid to separate that from the rest of the hair, because this part will not be getting molded down once we start the quick weave process. So after we're done with our braid for our leave out, I'm going to comb out my edges. The edges that I want left out, I'm going to comb them to the front of my head, and now I'm going to put rubber bands on them so that they do not get molded down accidentally during the molding process. So that's just what I'm doing here. I'm just putting rubber bands on the hair that I want left out, my edges, and just like the excess hair that I want for that natural flush look. Now I'm just taking my brush and brushing through my hair to make sure that it's nice and flat, getting it ready to go inside of a ponytail. After that, I'm going to take my black gel. I'm going to apply a hefty amount of this. You really want to apply a lot of this so that when you put your black cap on, it sticks to your hair. So this is just me applying a pretty good amount all through the top of my head, getting it nice and ready for the mold. Now I have it into the ponytail, and I'm going to apply some of the gel to the end of the ponytail. That way I can move the ponytail to the top of my head and begin to mold it up by pressing it forward. It should look similar to this in the back. You want to add a lot of gel so that everything sticks to the cap that you're about to put on. Now I'm going to go in with my black cap, as you can see. And I'm just going to put that over my head. I like to put mine over my forehead a little bit just so it's easier to cut the pieces when it's time for me to do that. But now I'm going in and I'm going to blow dry this until it's completely dry. When we used to get left under the blow dryer and forgot about why the hairstylist did like 5 other heads. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So okay, I am all dry. I'm ready to go in with my hair glue. But ladies, make sure that your hair is completely dry. If it is not completely dry, you want to keep drying it until it's dry. A way that you can tell your cap should not be wet at all, and it should be a little hard. So right now, I'm just literally applying the glue around the perimeter of my head. This is securing the cap to your head, because once we go in and cut the extra pieces off, this is going to leave the cap sticking to your head along with the whole entire process. So you just want to make sure that it's super secure. So I'm going in and I'm adding a second layer of glue. Alright, so now that I'm done with both of my layers, I'm about to get ready to go in with my blow dryer to make sure that this is completely dry. Okay, now it's time to glue our bundles down. So I'm going in with my longest bundle. And right now what I'm going to do is just measure and size it to make sure before I cut, I get the right size. So that's what I'm doing. You measure the track by taking one end, placing it where you want it to start. You take the other end, placing it where you want it to end. And once it fits, you want to take your finger and use it as a guide, because that is where you're going to cut. So as you can see, I'm now just applying the track. I didn't place glue onto the track, and I'm applying it to my cap. Now you're just going to repeat this process, measuring, cutting, applying the glue, and placing the track. Keep in mind, when you are placing the track, you don't want to place it straight across. You want to curve it when you place it. When I turn around, you'll be able to see what I mean by this. You also can use the perimeter of your head as a guide where the glue is to see where you're going to place your tracks. So I'm just continuing to place my tracks, blow drying. One thing you want to be sure to do is when you are placing your tracks, you want to press down really, really hard so that they stick and that they stay in place. Also, like I said, blow drying along with the process so that the glue is drying as you are going. So yes, that is what we're doing right now. We're just moving upward as we continue to place our tracks. As you can see, we've made progress. So on this side, I'm going to, when you are doing it, you want to make sure that when you get close to your leave out, you're putting the tracks as close as possible. That way it gives it like this flush, natural, and flat look. So I'm just taking it from that side, wrapping it around to the other, and applying it. And we're pretty much done with the left side, and we're going to switch our focus now to the right side. All right, so now that majority of my head is complete, I'm just going to complete this last little section that I have. And I'm going to do that by repeating the same steps that I've been doing, measuring, gluing, and then placing them down. And I'm just going to place them, press them down hard, and continue to move upward. All right, now that I'm done with all my tracks, I'm gonna go in with my scissors and cut the net that is over my leave out. So you just want to be very careful when doing this. You also are going to cut the remaining pieces that are around the perimeter of your head. After that's done, I'm going to go in and take my edges out of the rubber bands that I put them in. I can also begin to take my leave out down by unbraiding it. All right, now I'm just gonna do my parts, get it nice and crispy. I have like OCD when it comes to this, so I'll be having to make sure it's just perfect. So I'm just combing it out, covering up my tracks, and I'm going to go in with my heat protectant and spray my real hair and get ready for it to be flat ironed. All right, so here we are, just flat ironing the leave out. You want to get it nice and straight so that it can be nice and flat. You also want to make sure that you are covering all of those tracks because we do not want any of those showing, honey. So then I'm just doing the same thing for this side. The tricks to this is I really like to leave a lot of hair out so that I can have that flush, natural look. Now I'm just going in and I'm curling up my edges to get them ready to be laid down. All right, so here's a little trick. I'm just spraying Got To Be on my edge brush, and then I'm going in and I'm going to swoop them edges, honey, until I get them how I like them. Got To Be helps them last longer. I would advise using it. I really like it. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're getting them edges together. Y'all know the edges take you all day, okay? Because they just be having to be perfect. Look at me focused. You better swoop, girl, okay? Y'all was so focused. This is so hilarious. But yes, we are getting them together. After that, I'm going to go through and flat iron it to get it nice. And then we're going to go to the finished product. And this is the finished product, and yes, honey, it is giving. As you can tell, I'm feeling myself, okay, because I did that. And yes, it looks so cute, so natural. I just love it. I don't even like wearing side parts like that. I do them when I'm tied in middle parts. Look at them edges. Come on, Pooh. It's the hairstylist for me. I love it. So yes, this is what I did. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next video. Bye. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy some more of this because it is definitely giving.